talking about. Okay, now this next interview, you're going to really like it. We all need to learn a little bit more about pasture, rangeland, and forage insurance, especially in these droughty, crazy years.
Wait, pasture, rangeland, and forage insurance. I got to be straight up and honest with you, brother. I have not heard of such a thing.
Well, I got a chance to talk to Steve Red, who ranches in Utah and a few other states, and he's got a program called Red Summit Advisors. He knows all about this, and let me tell you, if this is coming from a cowman, one cowman to another, this is where you want to hear it. Pasture, rangeland, and forage insurance. This is what it's all about. Tell us about Red Summit Advisors, and I'm sure you've got something for everybody in the West out there that's trying to raise cattle in these drought-challenged times.
Absolutely. So Red Summit Advisors is something that essentially has resulted from me using a USDA. They don't like us to call it drought insurance. That's what a lot of people talk about it as. It's PRF, or pasture, rangeland, and forage insurance. And the short version is it's made for ranchers to get paid when rainfall is below the 70-year average. I was using this on my ranch, and over time decided I had spent so much time understanding it that it made sense to share it with others. So that's what we do, basically, is help ranchers benefit from this USDA insurance program that either ranchers know about or they haven't heard a darn thing about. And I'm amazed on a daily basis. I run into both extremes.
There's a lot of ranchers out there that, these things are time-consuming. You know, you hit roadblocks constantly, and finally you throw your hands up in the air and say, well, I got better things to do than to be messing with paperwork. Or B, they just don't want to get involved with a government program for whatever reasons. I don't personally believe in that. I believe that as a businessman, you should take advantage of any offering out there that is legal and viable. What do you say to that?
Oh, absolutely. And I am about as conservative as they get, right? But here I am visiting with you about a program that the USDA has created. And the reason I love it, it has a capitalistic thread to it. This is only available to those who are literally on the ground, have cattle, and are looking for some risk management, not a handout. As you look into it deeper, it is really designed to help the rancher. It's not something the insurance companies created to make money. It was created by the USDA to help ranchers. I have people every day who say, I don't want to deal with that. But then they find out how simple it is. It all goes off of rain gauges. And the fact of the matter is, if you're not doing it, your neighbor is. And those are the guys who are getting ahead. And if we're going to play in the game, let's use everything that's available to us. I'm with you on that one.
And this is coming from Steve Red, multi-generational rancher, Red Summit Ranch, Utah. If you are confident enough in it and you feel good enough about it to use it, why say any more than that to the rest of the folks that are thinking twice?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, my sister, who I love dearly, she will readily tell you the first year, she said, no, Steve, you try it, when I mentioned it to her. The next year, you know, she jumped in quickly after seeing what it did for us. And so I believe in it. In fact, I will not let someone get a policy through me that we personally would have on our own place. It's a solid program when set up right. You know, you mentioned earlier not having time for paperwork and whatnot, and I had to kind of laugh about that inside because I almost missed it the first time. Fortunately, my good friend Peyton now, the agent, came out from Texas and camped out for 2 days before I quit weaning calves and take a moment to deal with this, what I thought was silliness at the time. It's been the very best risk management decision I've ever made. I'm grateful that he camped out and that I finally paused long enough. I guess what I would tell anyone who thinks it's baloney or doesn't know what it's about, just pause, take a moment, and figure out what it means for your place. I analyze ranches all over the United States, and there are very few that it is not a good decision on. And I'll tell you if it's not, but there are very few. The only reason that's possible is because the USDA has participated and is paying more than half of the premium, which makes it so the insurance company can stay in business and they can make consistent insurance payments to the rancher.
It's important that we have you on the program here the first week or two in October. Tell us why that is. You're talking about a window for the 2019 period?
Yeah, absolutely. To sign up for 2019, we need to have the paperwork done by November 15th. So we're signing up in this year for next year. And so we just have this little right now. So yeah, it's a really important time if you're thinking at all about this or have any interest in it. Now's the time to act and learn more.
Thanks for coming on the show, Steve. And maybe we'll catch up to you a year or two down the road and get an update on this. Maybe we can talk to a rancher that heard this program, made that decision to jump on board, and you followed through with them. And then, we could kind of just say, hey, here's some results, some real results.
My favorite part of all this is all the awesome ranchers I meet all over the United States, and we meet as strangers, and now we're dear friends because we're helping keep the ranch in the family, and that's what this program's all about.
Interesting that Steve said keep this in the family, because that is really the philosophy of all of us at Working Ranch Magazine and the Working Ranch Radio Show, is being able to keep the ranch in the family.
Absolutely, Tigger. And folks, if you want to check out a really cool video, I'm going to be posting it on our Facebook page in a couple of days. Red Summit Advisors video it's really cool. They did a great job of it, so check it out. So Steve Redd of Red Summit Advisors, thanks so much again for taking time to chat with us today. And folks, stick around. We'll be right back after this.